Hi, I'm Margo Rita. I'm on the set of Hope right now.
Just a little to get me through the day. I just want.
I'm getting interviewed right now just so you can know a little bit more about me.
How's it going, Margarita? We're excited to have you here today.
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
So, we're super excited. You have this song Hope that's coming out soon, and I heard that you have a gala event coming up as well. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes. Okay, so I'm super excited for Hope and the gala. The song will be released May 15th, and that is the day of the event as well. I'm hoping that we bring together community. I've recruited a few different artists to participate. They're putting up their paintings and photography, just their art, and I find it a really good way to uplift other artists and have a lot of people come in. I have 1 in 10 as well participating for the first couple of hours, and that is a local Phoenix youth group for LGBTQ people trying to understand themselves. They just need a safe space. So I'm super excited to have them on board. I also do have free mom hugs coming to the event for a few hours. So if you like free mom hugs, you will be getting a free mom hug. Uh, we will have food, drinks. There will be alcoholic beverages. You do need your ID to purchase that. And I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. I'm just hoping to see a lot of great people and meet everyone. We are going to have a red carpet. It's just going to be a really good, uplifting event where I hope a lot of people come and just find a sense of community and love.
That's super exciting. And I know at the gala event, because it's the same day that you're releasing the song Hope, you'll be featuring, I hope I'm not spilling the beans here, but you'll be featuring your music video at the very end.
Yes, towards the end of the event, we are going to be premiering the music video, which I'm super excited for. We did a lot of work on it, and I think it tells a really good story. And I hope a lot of people can resonate with the message.
Of course. And what is that message? What exactly is hope to you?
Hope to me, writing the song, I had just came out of rehab. I was struggling with addiction and suicidal tendencies. I was in a really negative space in my life and I had a lot of negative people around me, friends, work, and it really put me in a bad mind state. And to cope with that, I started to use substances and it spiraled and it just got worse. And so when writing the song, I think hope to me is art. I feel like it doesn't matter who you are, art always gives people hope, whether it's reading a book, watching a movie, listening to music, everything, painting, everything is somewhat artistically related. And I think everyone finds a little bit of hope in that to make it to the next day, find something to inspire them.
Beautiful. I love that. And you did actually release a video prior to obviously the event and releasing this song. It talked a little bit about your substance abuse. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about in regards to that?
I will say that I still do smoke weed. I do drink, but I do in increments. I know that you need to know your limits now and you should definitely portion yourself. There's such thing as too much. I encourage anyone that is struggling with suicidal tendencies or substance abuse to get help. There, there's something better out there for you. And I understand that if you're in such a toxic environment and that's your vice to make you feel better, that you should just expand your world. I know in really negative environments, your world can feel really small and it makes things weigh a lot heavier than they should.
All right. Thank you, Margarita. Obviously, that's super important and it's a huge part of what makes you an artist is advocating for those that are struggling with addiction or just mental health in general. I think it's an amazing cause and I'm excited honestly to see how this helps others. I think that you have a huge impact just by being vulnerable and being who you are and speaking out. So my next question for you, just a little bit less serious, we'll start to look at some of the highlights of just the last year or just in the release of this song itself. What has been your high as an artist, do you feel?
Um, I feel a high as an artist for me is my previous project, Aloha, that I released. It was a very rock heavy song. I was very passionate with the lyrics and the message. I entered it into a competition called America's Next Top Hit Maker with Rolling Stone magazine. And I came in third place in my category, which I think is an amazing achievement. Um, just being a part of the competition was really great and inspiring and euphoric. Um, I think that it was a really good experience for me too to promote myself, to get out there and meet people, kind of step out of my comfort zone.
Yes. So as far as online presence goes, you've been able to really push a lot. Like you said, Aloha was a huge hit. You
Yeah.
entered the contest. That was amazing. And taking a break is always understandable for any artist. Honestly, I think that that's how you continue to really keep your creative flow going. When it comes to the latest release, we're definitely excited to see more of you online again. But also, as far as online presence goes, I did see there is a drag queen and their name is Margarita. Do you have any connection to them?
No, I don't have any connection to them. I did look myself up and some of their footage popped up on my feed. I am very supportive of them. I noticed, are a drag queen. Drag is an art, and I'm sure for the LGBTQ community, that's very inspiring, and you know, that's really cool. Um, I am trans. I'm not a drag queen. I'm just transgender. I was born a male. I'm, making my way to femalism. I think that it's really great for us to uplift each other. And the way I see it is there could be two Margo Ritas. We're just different artists and different people. Two Seans, probably like 20 Sams, It's just one of those things where we share a name, but it doesn't make us any less of an individual.
Amazing. I'm glad we could clear that up a little bit. I know the LGBT community is so large and diverse and beautiful, but I definitely didn't want there to be any confusion.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we see a collaboration between you two if that, is in the books for you guys. But until then, I love the individualism. I love to see it. I love to see what each one of you bring to the table. And speaking of the creative process and individualism, what is your creative process when it comes to writing a new song?
Oh my goodness. Every song I was inspired very differently. I Some songs I just kind of was like sitting in my house making sounds and noises. Um, Honestly, media tends to inspire me the most. Mixed Emotions, one of my releases, that was heavily inspired because I was just watching Inside Out, and towards the end, when the little globes start mixing colors, I was like, damn, this girl's got some mixed emotions. And I was like, boom. Immediately wrote the song in like 10 minutes. With Aloha, I was watching Lilo and Stitch. I'm obviously a huge Disney fan, if you can't tell. And Aloha means hello and goodbye. And I was in the process of leaving a very negative friend group. And I was also in the middle of a breakup with the guy that treated me really awfully. And he did cheat on me a few times. And so Aloha for me was hello to new beginnings, new memories, and goodbye to the olds, the negativity and the abuse, and just knowing I deserve better. And I love that that's how that song was inspired. So Hope was inspired to me through just wanting to do better, find hope in life to continue to move forward and be a better me. I wrote a bridge for the song that is very like musical inspired, Disney princess esque, something very classic. And then the rest of the song has this very upbeat pop tempo. And I just love that it has that breakdown throughout it that I'm just consistently inspired.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, we can't wait to hear it. And I actually didn't even think as an artist how heavily you might be inspired by Disney. So that's such a super fun fact to know about you. Margot, are there any other fun facts that your fans might be surprised by?
Something I'm very open about, but might surprise people that don't know me personally, is I'm a huge Descendants fan, Disney Descendants. I own it. I'm proud of it. Everything they do, I'm excited for. They can be Descendants 50, and I would be here for it. I'd be sat. I think that the first two movies, I just heavily related to a lot of the scenarios. And so I grew this love for the franchise. And now I'm just excited to see anything come out of it. Trying to think if I have any like hobbies. I just watch a lot of TV. I love taking in media. I am rarely on my phone, if that's a fun fact. I tend to irritate people because I take a while to get back to them through phone calls or texts. I sometimes don't even know where my phone is. I get home, I set it down somewhere, and it's gone for hours. I like to just be present and personal, and I think that everyone should lose their phone for some hours of the day. I think it could be very beneficial. That's just my outlook on it.
For sure. No, those are some fun facts. And it is interesting because as an artist or as somebody who enjoys consuming media, you would think that you would be on your phone a lot more. But I think that there's different forms of media,
Mhm.
and being able to filter out what you don't want, what's good for you, what's bad for you, all of that is actually super important again because it keeps the craft
Oh, definitely.
clean. It keeps what's genuine to you. I think I heard, I don't know which artist it was, but they were actually saying people were surprised that they didn't listen to their own genre on the radio, and it became this super controversial just topic. But the reason he does not listen on the radio to his own genre is because he doesn't want to be heavily influenced on how it affects his own um, songs and the way that he produces. So yeah, I think everybody has their own flow. Very interesting.
I think that's really cool that the artist does not listen to their genre, but I listen to so many different genres of music. I love something from everything. I love diversity. I like to digest different kinds of media and different styles. I think it's really fun hearing how everyone does something differently. I try not to compare myself to other artists and I try to be authentic. I know that my music is very different, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think that me being different is a staple, and I love that. And I love that other artists aren't being influenced, that they are very confident and like wanting to own their brand and be confident in the product they've produced.
That makes a lot of sense. I think that that's, I don't have much to say. Checks out. That was a great take on the whole creative process. So my last question for you, Margot, is what do you say to younger or new artists that are struggling to find their own creative flow or focus?
I would say just have confidence in yourself. I know it's really hard, but honestly, don't listen to what anyone else is going to say. You do you. You be really confident in your project. You do what feels right. If it doesn't feel right, then move on. Find something that does feel right. And, if you finally do find something that feels right and what didn't feel right, you still want to go back and experiment with, go for it. Go ahead and experiment. And I think in general, that's something really beautiful with art is that it's a creative environment for you to experiment and discover yourself and allow other people in a way that normally they can't see you. And so I just say be authentic, be you, be different. Yeah.
All right, Margot. I said that was my last question, but I do have one more thing. I have to do a little humble brag. I did have the privilege of listening to the newest release, Hope, and I noticed it was a little bit different than Aloha. So I have to ask, Does that mean that we should expect something different as far as the music video goes? Is the music video going to be different than Aloha?
Yes, the music video is very different than Aloha. Aloha, the video was very like made such like a random like day that I was able to get with some people and create it. I literally on the way to set stopped at Dollar Tree and I cleared out the blue paint and the glitter in the aisle and I brought it with me and I said, "We're gonna just drench me in paint and glitter. Let's do it. Blue is the color, glitter is the vibe." And the video for Aloha is very grungy, very um how do I put this in words? Tropical, I guess, has tropical undertones. And Hope is a little bit more, it's based during the nighttime. There is, you know, visuals of substance abuse in it. And I think that it's a little more colorful. It's a little more colorful, a little more whimsical, and there's a lot more dancing. Aloha, there isn't as much dancing. It was telling a very different story, and Hope really showcases the choreography that I've put together. And the wardrobe is very different. The wardrobe's a little bit more comfortable, and then some scenes it's a little more glammed up with Aloha. It was very like one note. I think we only had like one outfit change, and in Hope we have three different outfit changes, which it was fun to finally like express myself in like my option of clothing. With Aloha it wasn't very expressive of like my actual style, just because what we needed to fit the video was a different vibe.
100%. Well, I can't wait to see that music video. I know, like I said, since the song feels so different, I'm expecting just some really cool visuals and a different storyline altogether. So,
Yeah,
thank you for meeting with us today, and thank you for just giving us all of it, your love, more information, sharing, and can't wait to see what else you got going.
I'm so excited for you guys to see it and look for Hope May 15th.